Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do 10 tips on relationships that I wish I knew at the beginning of my relationship, which started just over 2 years ago. Why? Because I feel like I've really been through it all with this one. We live in different countries, our mother tongues are completely different, our cultures are completely different, and somehow we've managed to navigate it and, come together, even at the worst of times. So I really think that I've probably had every argument you can imagine. Well, maybe not, but still. So here are 10 tips that I wish that I knew. I hope you find it helpful. Number one, your partner is not supposed to be your do everything die-hard person. They have a specific role to fill in the same way that all your other friends have different roles that they fill. For example, you might go to one friend to listen to your problems, but another to go to the gym, and you think that's perfectly normal. And I think that we think that our boyfriend or girlfriend should be the same person, just mashed up all together, when this is not the case. They should just be filling a specific role instead of being everything for you, because this is never going to work and it'll just lead to unmet expectations. Number two, it's important to consider what you like about them, but it's as important, I think, to consider whether you're able to deal with the stuff that you don't like about them. I think a relationship is pretty much asking yourself, are you willing to deal with this person's shit for the rest of your life? And if the answer is no, then you have to find someone else's shit to deal with, because everyone is going to have some sort of baggage to go with, so you just kind of have to pick the one that you don't mind dealing with. Number three, don't ever deny someone's feelings. If someone says that they feel something, you can't say that that is not true. You have to accept the way someone's feeling, even if you didn't intend to make them feel that way. Number four, use humor. Try to make each other laugh, and I mean in normal life, but especially when you're having arguments and stuff, don't be afraid to just, put a joke in there and try to make people laugh, because having humor will get you through really hard times, and being able to crack a joke instead of taking everything so seriously. So be the people that make each other laugh in the hardest of times, and then you should be able to get through things. Number five, don't let one mistake become a personality trait. Kind of rhymes, but yeah. I do this a lot, where if they make a mistake, I'm like, oh, you're a selfish person because you did a selfish act. There's a difference between a characteristic and an individual act happening. So be able to differentiate between those and don't just peg names onto your partner. Number six, be clear with what you want. Don't expect anybody to mind read. If you're upset, say it directly. Don't act moody and wait for someone to, ask you what's wrong. Be clear, it'll save so much time. It'll save you getting upset, and ask them to do the same so that they get their needs met and you get your needs met and everybody's happy, instead of just waiting around. Number seven, try focus on the day-to-day, whether you feel happy and whether you feel content, and not projecting too much into the future, because you don't know what's going to happen. Ultimately there are going to be ups and downs, and you can deal with those as they come. And try not to ask other people's opinions and then mush those together and make them feel as if they're your opinion. It's your relationship. You're the only one who knows the intimate details as well as you do, and so if you like that person and other people don't see it, that's well in your right, because you're the one that's experiencing the whole version of them, and you know what you like better than your friends or your family do, if that makes sense. Number eight, make sure that your values and lifestyle are aligned. Maybe not necessarily lifestyle, but at least your values, because these are going to be driving core beliefs that you take with you throughout your whole life. So if your values are not the same and something's really important to you, such as, for example, for me, I really value growth. And if my boyfriend doesn't value growth, then we're going to keep clashing on it. And because it's so important to me, I want it to be also important to him. So figure out what your most important non-negotiables are, and whether the other person is either willing to improve on them or also thinks that they are important, as this will help going later on. Number nine, it's not going to be easy. Before I was in this long-term relationship, long-term meaning 2 years, so it's not that long-term, but long-term for me, I had a completely different perception of what a relationship was. I just thought it would be like the movies, when ultimately I heard this really good quote recently. If you're lucky, you will fall in love several times in life with the same person, where you're with someone and you just keep recreating yourselves and then falling in love with the new version of, the other person. And I think that's really nice. And I think that's a good representation of what it is to be in love and to be with someone, is trying to accept who they are, trying to be there for their journey, because everyone is going to change a little bit. Obviously we have those core things that will keep us steady, but we will change. And being able to, accept and be in love with them. So yeah, but ultimately my tip is buckle up, because it's not easy, at least in my experience. Number 10, finally, learn to work as a team. You are a team now, so when you grow, you need to grow. You need to find a way to grow together, not just as individuals, because that's not going to help either. When you argue, you need to figure out what's going to be best for the team. Don't vouch for each other's personal concerns. Vouch for a compromise. Vouch for what's going to make it end. Yeah. Those are my 10 tips. I hope you found something helpful, and if you have any comments or disagreements about anything I said, leave it in the comments and I'll be interested to hear it. And if you want more tips, also let me know, because I probably have some more random stuff. So yeah,